Still Crazy After All These Beers is brought to you by our friends at Michelob, crafting a better beer. And Porta Pong, the world's #1 best-selling inflatable beer pong table at portapong.com.
Hey everyone, Gary Monterosso. Welcome to this week's edition of Still Crazy After All These Beers. I'm in Maple Shade, New Jersey at the brand new opening of the Iron Hill Brew Pub, and I'm with the head brewer, Chris LaPierre. Chris, I've known you for quite a while. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for coming.
Now, how did you make the gig from Westchester over here to Jersey? How did that come about?
Well, I've lived in Philadelphia for the last 5 years, and I've been doing a pretty long commute out to Westchester, so this is about half the commute. And it's also kind of a return from home to home. I grew up in Medford, New Jersey, which is about 12 miles away, and I actually went to junior high school at the Morristown Friends School right down the road.
So those were 4 of the best years of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you really have a tremendous history in brewing. I mean, you brewed up in Boston, too, as well as locally here in the tri-state area.
Yeah, I spent 4 years at Harpoon Brewery up in Boston, and before that, I got started at the original Dock Street on 18th and Cherry.
Over in Philly.
Yep, exactly.
Now, what are the differences? You know, people evolve, things evolve. What are the differences, let's say, in tastes, in flavors between what the people are drinking up in New England as opposed to down here in South Jersey?
Huh, that's a good question.
Of course, you're going to be learning about South Jersey as time goes on, too.
Right, I'm sure. Well, I know in Philadelphia, obviously, we're really big into the Belgians, you know. But that's, you know, it's changing a little bit in Boston. I was just up there for the conference, and they seem to be kind of on Philadelphia's coattails a little bit. Like, you know, we started off with, you know, places like the Belgian Cafe and Monk's Cafe and Bridget's and, you know, I guess the old Cuvée Notre Dame and everything. And there was nothing Belgian up in Boston when I was there. Now they've got 2 or 3. So I think that up in New England, they did a lot more really hoppy beers, whereas we did hoppy beers, but also a lot of Belgians down here.
Now, as we speak, this is the 8th Iron Hill, and it's curious because all 7, the previous 7 are in Pennsylvania and Delaware. So as we're talking, it's kind of going to be interesting to see how people's flavors and interests evolve in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And people have been asking me what I plan to brew, what kind of seasonals I'm going to do here, and I always tell them it really depends on what people want. So I'm not sure exactly what to expect, what everyone's taste is going to be like, but we'll certainly tailor to what people seem to enjoy.
Chris, along those lines, how do you ensure consistency among now 8 breweries?
We do care about consistency. It's something we really strive for, especially with our house beers. We all get together once a month for a head brewers meeting, and one of the things we do is we do a blind tasting of 1 or 2 of our house beers. We'll each bring a growler of it from our location, and we'll taste them blind and see if there are any outliers, and make adjustments if we have to. We all use the same yeast. We're good about using the same ingredients. And we're also pretty careful about adjusting our recipes based on the raw ingredients. We get a certificate of analysis every time we get a malt shipment, and we check the alpha acids on our hops, and we always you know, tweak the recipes to reflect any sort of differences that occur in the raw materials.
I'm drinking maybe my favorite beer here at Iron Hill, and this is the Pig Iron Porter. And you know, this is one I always get when I come to any of the Iron Hill locations. And so tell us a little bit about this particular beer. This is award-winning beer too.
Yeah, I really love this beer, and the reason I can say this is because the beer was around long before I ever got to Iron Hill. But I think it's one of the best porters out there. I think a lot of porters are just roasty, and it's got layers and layers of flavor. You get the roast first, but then there's chocolate and caramel and all the way down. You really enjoy that one.
And of course, we have quite an audience back there too that's checking in with us here. So
there we go.
I think they're going to do that pretty soon. So we're going to wrap this up soon. But I want to ask you about food pairings with a beer like this one, for example. I know food pairing is very important to you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very passionate about food pairing. The chefs are really excited about it. Brewers and owners are all very excited about it. And the analogy I always use is like if you've ever eaten a big plate of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, you want to drink milk after that, no matter who you are, you know. And on the other hand, there's, you know, if you've ever taken a sip of orange juice after brushing your teeth, it's, you know, so that's how powerful it can really be. You know, it can make something that tastes good taste better, or it can make something that tastes good not taste so good. So it's really important. But the porter is a great food beer. It's an excellent dessert beer for the same reason a lot of people drink coffee with dessert. It's really good with any sort of chocolate, and then because it's got the roasted character, it goes well with any sort of meat or fish that's been charred.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you what, we're going to have a great time here in Iron Hill today. Congratulations on the opening of Brewery number 8.
Yep.
And I know the crowd's getting ready to come in. Right now we've got a little thing going on with the press, but they're probably lined up outside getting ready to come in, huh?
All right, I hope so.
Right. And we'll see you next time on Still Crazy After All These Beers.